It will be a battle between not David and Goliath, but Daniel and Goliath. Playoffs have kicked into high gear around Section 4. We begin the weekly wrap-up with some girls soccer. She is now 17 points away from tying Karen Fisher for 11th place on the Ithaca women's basketball all-time scoring list. The receiving's great, the defense is great, the passing's great. Yeah, Jackson, you're exactly right. I'm right here in the Ithaca College student section. As I said last night, this is a section that only gets put into the Ben Light Gymnasium when Ithaca's not only in the tournament, but when they're hosting the tournament. I never thought I'd say this, but how the Bombers won this game, I have no idea. Team down by 3. Take us through that final shot. That's all the recaps and highlights I have time for this week. I'm Matt Price. We will see you next week here on ICTV. For the Ithaca College women's basketball team, the expectations are always high.
We're a new team, so we have new expectations. I think just a successful Liberty League play and then pushing ourselves as far as we can go in the tournament.
Big thing, right?
Head coach Dan Raymond understands that after losing so many players last year, there is much work to be done.
Significant changes. Allie Tunick and Meg Mazzella, they enabled us to play the type of pressure defense because they were able to contain the basketball, pressure the ball. We just don't have personnel this year that enables us to do that.
As the team puts in the effort to try to pick up where they left off last season, some players are continuing to face reality as they understand that after losing 5 of their now former teammates, they still have very large shoes to fill.
It's sort of an adjustment at first.
Despite being one of the senior leaders on the team, Cassidy O'Malley understands that the pressure is on the rise.
It's definitely more pressure being a senior compared to any other year, but I think it's pressure we can handle as me and Kellyanne as seniors, and I think we're ready to lead the team to success.
My advice to Kellyanne and Cassidy, identify the strengths that you have, also identify the weaknesses that you have, and identify someone on your team, your teammates, that can help you overcome those weaknesses and share the responsibility of leading this team.
In Ithaca, Matt Price, Sports Weekly.
We have Matt Price with everything high school sports. Take it away, Matt.
Hey, Emma and Dan, another week, another great round of action around Section 4. We begin with girls soccer, where one of the greatest traditions in high school sports continued this past Wednesday night in Corning. It was senior night for the Hawks as they look to end the regular season in memorable fashion against the Owego Indians. Let's travel to Corning Memorial Stadium for the highlights. The Hawks enter the contest ranked 18th in the state. Early in the first half, no goals on the board yet for either team. Freshman Ashley Volpe gets taken down as she approaches the net. That would set up a penalty kick for Lauren Giroux. You know the saying, she shoots, she scores. The ball goes off the hands of Owego's goalkeeper and gets inside the net. Corning up 1-0. Later in the half, take a look at this. Volpe on the fast break gets by the goalkeeper and somehow, some way, she is able to find the angle and kick the ball to the back of the net to double the Hawks' lead. That deserves another look. How in the world did she pull this off? Wow! The Hawks on senior night fly high by shutting out the Indians 4-0, and Corning ends the regular season with a record of 8-4-1. On to some Friday night lights. Notre Dame football looked to remain undefeated as it traveled to Lansing for a showdown with the Bobcats. Let's head up Route 13 for the recap. The Crusaders looked for its 4th straight victory to start the year. We picked things up in the first quarter. Notre Dame quarterback Eric Charnetsky drops back and finds a wide-open Steven Schmidt in the middle of the end zone. ND up 6-zip. Moving ahead to the second quarter, Lansing quarterback Ben Vincent says, "I can do better than that." He runs down the far sideline for a 15-yard rushing TD. Bobcats, just like that, take the lead 7-6. Notre Dame, though, responds quickly. Charnetsky finds Schmidt again, and look at him break 2 tackles, and he could go all the way. A spectacular touchdown reception right there. However, it was Lansing who got the last laugh. The Bobcats hand the Crusaders their first loss of the year by a final score of 31-28. Let's check out some other football scores from around the section. This past Friday, the Ithaca Little Reds suffered another loss on the road as the Binghamton Patriots came away with a 49-6 victory. Elsewhere, Horseheads running back Gavin Elston had a career night on Friday. He ran for nearly 350 yards and scored not 1, not 2, not 4, but 6 touchdowns. I will say that again, 6 touchdowns in the Blue Raiders' 49-14 blowout victory over Vestal. The WGOM Seneca Indians shut out the SVEC Eagles on the road 27-0. And just yesterday, Una de la Valle rolled past Edison 51-6, and the Elmira Express had another large scoring day as it powered its way past Henninger 55-21. Elmira had a spectacular performance on the running side of things as the offense rushed for over 500 yards. Incredible! The Express have now won 5 straight games since losing its season opener. That is all I have time for this week. I will be back in 2 weeks to bring you more highlights and analysis. For the high school update, I'm Matt Price. Now back to the 2 All-Stars at the desk, Emma Fruling and Dan Pisani.